snatched him, hung him on a cross, as was their practice. Toes pointed to the sky.
Okay, Nerd Squad, we have a 10-second delay. Unit 207 is just on a roll with adding additional counts of obstruction and tampering to their looming soon-to-be unsealed indictments. I'll tell you what, I have no idea at what point in time they criminally and illegally shut off the preceding live stream. I am attempting to open up the YouTube channel on a separate device to see how long ago it says that occurred. Okay, so I'm going to show this to you because we'll see if it's right together or not. Okay, so this reflects that it ended the stream 1 minute ago and it ran for 1 hour and 42 minutes and 11 seconds. That's the preceding live stream titled 2/6/6:20 a.m. Imminent new police report 2/6/7 a.m. And let's click on it and see if it's still 1 hour and 42 minutes when we click on it. No, look at that. It's 16 minutes long. So the federal felons upstairs criminally and illegally shut off the preceding live stream for over an hour. Delay, Nerd Squad. It is 6:21 a.m. For over an hour. And I wasn't visually aware of it until just now. During that interim, guess what happened? I filed a police report. I read the police report. I documented and orally pointed out some of the crimes that were going on as a woman upstairs was actively on the phone trying to coordinate more conspiracies. Also note, it's still reflecting on my interface for the accurate runtime, 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 11 seconds. But as you just saw when I clicked on it, 16 minutes and 28 seconds. Evidence tampering, right there, baby. Obstruction of justice, right there, babies. What are you fucking doing? 9-second delay, Nerd Squad. It is 6:21 a.m. Okay, so every time they do that, remember, it's obstruction of justice and it's evidence tampering. And again, for some reason, the interface, as you can see, was reflecting the correct runtime, the same runtime I took a screenshot of when I went to end it because I couldn't watch it on anything because they criminally and illegally ended it. They're doing something else with it, too. It shouldn't be a picture of my kids from years ago. This picture should not show up. It should be my living room. Anyway, anything to distract and deflect from everything I'm about to say. So it is now 8:07 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Thursday, February 6, 2025. Unit 207 has criminally and illegally shut off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the live streams since February 1st. Notice though, now they're preventing it from loading. All of this is their hacking upstairs. That's what this is. Probably trying to fix the interface. We do have immediate and pressing updates, which are available in the preceding live stream and already posted on facebook.com/Mystic Gwen Loves Only You. But I've got to address this tech stuff because it's just been such a revolving and recurring door. Okay. So they've ended that many live streams, but most notably, they've ended 1, 2. Remember, this should be a picture of my living room, the preceding live stream. 3, 4, 5. They've ended 5 live streams since the 3rd. And I think they ended even more than that earlier in the day on the 3rd. 5 live streams since the 3rd. And it is currently just barely the 6th. It's 8 a.m. Every time they do that, the FBI has said it's to obstruct justice and to tamper with evidence, and in many instances, to intimidate a witness, as well as to further their criminal, aggravated, coordinated conspiracy. So we have a new police report as of 7 a.m. I'll give you the shorthand version real quick in case you're pressed on time, and then I'll read that aloud. It's also should be legally filed with any and every court case that has my legal names, Lynette Renee Hansen, or Mystic Gwen, as an addendum to February 4th, 2025. Judicial notice. So I'm going to, before I get to all of that pressing stuff, I'm going to change this title to the preceding title, which I'll cut and paste, which was 2/6/6:20 a.m. Imminent new police report, 2/6/7 a.m. Imminent threats, crimes by North Everett Precinct Unit The only difference will be the time, 8:04 a.m. Let's click on this and make sure it's still recording, since they are just on a roll with criminally and illegally cutting off the live streams. Okay. Criminally and illegally cutting off the live streams. Okay. So again, if you're pressed for time, go to facebook.com/Mystic Gwen Loves Only You. Otherwise, you're going to have to give me a few minutes here to make all of the adjustments to the title and the description pursuant to the instructions of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So it'll take me a moment here because I've got to go into the prior live stream to copy that title. And if you're tuning in at a later time, it is 8:10 a.m. PST. I'll tell you what, I will start reading the new police report at 8:12 a.m. PST. So fast forward a minute or two. Okay, Nerd Squad, title of this video is being changed to 2/6/8:04 a.m. Imminent new police report. 2/6/7 a.m. Imminent threats. Crimes by North Everett Precinct /unit. I'm going to erase the second imminent so I can name the perps a bit better. By North Everett Precinct, Unit 207. Et al. Oh, I can't fit et al. I can if I erase one letter in the word precinct, so I'm going to do that because I'd rather have et al. With no space. And then for the description, I'm going to use the prior live stream's description, which doesn't include their latest obstruction and evidence tampering with the preceding live stream, nor does it include the police report, but the police report is in the title, Nerd Squad. I'm pushing save. It is now 8:12 a.m., so I better get to reading. Okay. So, here we go. Again, this is a consensual recording with Mystic Gwen pursuant to the instructions of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I'm not an employee of the FBI, but I've been authorized to state I am an informant since June 2024. This is posted on facebook.com/Mystic Gwen Loves Only You. It was emailed to over 163 people, including but not limited to the law clerks at the Snohomish County Superior Courthouse, the North Everett Precinct, the Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office, the Snohomish County Sheriffs, the FBI, Department of Child Abusers and Stalkers, Erica Owens, et al., Seattle FBI, the ATG, everybody who I've been instructed to send it to, that's who it was sent to. And it was sent via 3 different emails, which I was orally stating the emails and how they were hacking one of the emails to try and prevent it from being sent, and how it was preventing me from receiving emails, including from myself, you know, further tampering and obstruction and witness intimidation. And lo and behold, they had criminally and illegally shut off the live stream, as you can see in the beginning of this, for over an hour, while it very much appeared to be recording on my end until I manually tried to watch the live stream. So here's the police report from 7 a.m. today. Also, it's not just a police report. Like I said, it was emailed to everybody, and that is because it is an addendum to the original filing of February 4th, 2025 at 10:08 a.m. PST, which I will read after I read this. I'm starting with this because I'm just going to pretend like anybody tuning into this live stream has already heard the judicial notice from 10:08 a.m. 2 days ago. Here we go. I'm reading it as it's written on the Facebook post. So the first paragraph I'm going to read, this part wasn't received by everybody. Imminent threat to FBI informant of second count of breaking and entering, illegal and unlawful arrest, committal, kidnapping for today, 2/6, and or Monday, 2/10. Crimes by North Everett Precinct, Snohomish County prosecutors, DCYF, neighbors, and then in parentheses, DCYF and EPD. Owens, Garcia, et al. Via Unit 207. Addendum to formal judicial notice. Filed February 6, 2025, 7 a.m. PST. Original filing. Formal judicial notice, aggravated and ongoing criminal conspiracy, obstruction of justice, evidence tampering, child abuse, child endangerment, stalking, harassment, extortion, fraud, civil rights violations, and retaliation against FBI informant by North Everett Precinct. Unit 207 and associated individuals. Mandatory filing pursuant to ADA in any/all cases with my legal names. Lynette Renee Hansen, aka Mystic Gwen. Date of original filing February 4th, 2025, 10:08 a.m. PST. 2. Snohomish County Superior Court, North Everett Precinct, Snohomish County Sheriff's Office, Snohomish County prosecutors, et al., and forwarded to FBI. From Lynette Renee Hansen, aka Mystic Gwen. This document serves as an addendum to the formal judicial notice filed on February 4th, 2025 at 10:08 a.m. PST, and provides further information regarding subsequent events in the continued escalating criminal conspiracy perpetrated by individuals associated with the North Everett Precinct, Unit 207 at 2120 Highland Ave, Everett, Washington, and their co-conspirators. 1. Incorporation of prior filing. All facts, invoices, statements, and incorporated documents referenced in the original formal judicial notice of February 4th, 2025, are hereby incorporated by reference as if fully set forth herein. 2. Supplemental information, subsequent events. The following events have transpired subsequent to the filing of the aforementioned formal judicial notice, further demonstrating the ongoing criminal conspiracy, the imminent threat posed by the perpetrators, and their continued obstruction of justice. This section details further criminal acts and ongoing conspiracy subsequent to the filing of the aforementioned document on February 4th, 2025 at 10:08 a.m., further demonstrating the blatant disregard for the law and the ongoing threat posed by the individuals involved. February 5th, 2025, 11:52 a.m. to 11:58 a.m. PST, a female individual associated with Unit 207 identified as having actively participated in stalking and harassment activities against me since April of 2023 and described as a protege of the woman facing over 80 years in prison, was observed engaging in frantic cellular phone communications. I am going to pause right there and say that that exact same occurrence happened again this morning when they had criminally and illegally shut off my live stream just like less than 30 minutes, 40 minutes before that. She was back on the phone, yip-yapping frantically. Okay, observed engaging in frantic cellular phone communications. During this period, she actively attempted to prevent me from overhearing her conversations. Based on the context of this ongoing conspiracy, the nature of her actions, and my informed perspective as a designated FBI informant, it is reasonably speculated that this individual was engaged in acts of perjury, further conspiracy to obstruct justice, and or furthering the aggravated criminal conspiracy involving the North Everett Precinct, the Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office, and the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. February 5th, 2025, 8:20 a.m. to 8:27 a.m. PST, male individuals associated with Unit 207 engaged in furtive and suspicious behavior, interpreted as an attempt to test the FBI's surveillance capabilities or to provoke a reaction. This behavior is consistent with their ongoing pattern of attempting to catch the FBI, as they phrased it, demonstrating a continued disregard for the federal investigation and a commitment to their criminal objectives. Ongoing stalking, hacking, and threats. The individuals associated with Unit 207, the North Everett Precinct, and the Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office continue to actively stalk, hack, and harass me. They have stated as recently as this morning, February 6, 2025, that they are planning to break into my home and detain, arrest, and or unlawfully commit me. They stated that this will occur either today or by Monday. Premeditated second/third break-in. Individuals in Unit 207 have reiterated their intent to perpetrate a second or third, depending on whether prior attempted entries are included, breaking and entering of my residence. The first instance occurred on January 29, 2025, and involved the exploitation of my disabled sons. The prior attempted illegal entries and stalking, moving of private property to do so, peering into my windows, numbering at least 38 separate instances. The current plans apparently involve the utilization of co-conspirators, including but not limited to Erica and John Owens and or Anne Marie Bauer. Child abuse and exploitation. The continued involvement of and planned use of my disabled sons in these criminal activities constitutes aggravated child abuse and endangerment. These actions are a direct result of a year-long campaign of targeted abuse designed to exploit their disabilities and to cause regression and escalation, which has been perpetrated by these individuals and their co-conspirators as outlined in the incorporated documents. They instructed their named co-conspirators, Erica Owens and Richard Garcia, to perpetrate abuses upon my sons on a weekly basis. Planned, quote, defenses and obstruction. The planned, quote, defenses of this criminal enterprise, as articulated in the tort claim filed on August 14th, 2024, and incorporated herein, are demonstrably fraudulent and constitute further acts of obstruction of justice. These, quote, defenses were conceived prior to many of the overt acts of this conspiracy and are now being pursued in a desperate and illegal attempt to retroactively justify their criminal conduct. They are attempting to make me cooperate with some form of prosecution via coercion of Erica Owens. Their stated motives to the FBI and others continue to be self-serving, protecting their careers, reputations, and income has always been of primary concern to them. Coordinated aggravated conspiracy, the entirety of their actions as detailed form the basis of a coordinated and aggravated conspiracy to deprive myself and my sons of our civil rights and liberties. 3. Conclusion. The information presented in this addendum, taken in conjunction with the original formal judicial notice of February 4th, 2025, and all previously incorporated documents, paints a damning picture of escalating criminal conduct. The individuals associated with the North Everett Precinct, Unit 207, and their expanding network of co-conspirators demonstrates not only a blatant disregard for the law, but a stubborn commitment to their failing conspiracy. Despite clear warnings, despite the weight of evidence accumulating against them, and despite the ongoing federal investigation, they persist in their obstruction of justice, their evidence tampering, their threats, and their unconscionable exploitation of vulnerable children. Their attempts to retroactively fabricate a legal justification for their actions are transparently fraudulent and will not succeed. They continue to dig a deeper hole for themselves. Their recent actions, including the continued plotting, the frantic communications, and the blatant attempts to interfere with this ongoing investigation, are not signs of strength. They are signs of desperation. The cycle of subterfuge, as previously noted by the FBI, continues, but it is a cycle that is rapidly spiraling toward its inevitable conclusion. Full accountability under the law. I declare under penalty of perjury that all of the aforementioned is true and correct. Sincerely, Lynette Renee Hansen, aka Mystic Gwen. Date, February 6, 2025. Time, 7:18 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, I am going to read the judicial notice that is an addendum 2 from February 4th. But it is 8:25 a.m. PST, and I want to light up a cheap cigar before I start reading it because it is longer than what I've just read to you. It's not an hour long, but it's like, I think that I timed it and it was roughly 20 minutes. So remember, everybody, since February 1st, I've started a new thing where if the idiots upstairs shut off my live stream and I don't know, I'm not uploading a selfie of myself as the thumbnail from an image that I took last month on that video. Or to put it another way, if you look at my live stream and you see my living room for any live stream that doesn't say it's currently live, that means the idiots upstairs have turned off the live stream, something that their premeditated criminal plan has insisted they intend on doing for the final illegal entry attempt when they plan to illegally and criminally touch me, kidnap me, arrest me, or commit me, whichever one it may be. According to the women upstairs, arrest. She wants to arrest me for no legal reason. But again, other things have been brainstormed and premeditated and reported for over a year. As you can see, if you read that tort claim, make sure you go and get that tort claim. Okay, here we go. Now to the February 4th one, 2025. Let's light up this cheap cigar. For the sake of brevity, I'm going to redact the subject. You already got the subject when I read you the amendment because the subject was there. 1. Incorporation of prior documents and declarations. This report serves as a formal complaint and notification regarding the ongoing criminal activities perpetrated by officers of the North Everett Precinct, individuals associated with Unit 207 at 2120 Highland Ave, and their co-conspirators. This report hereby incorporates by reference the following documents, which detail the extensive history of this criminal conspiracy and provide irrefutable evidence of the crimes committed. Declaration of Lynette Renee Hansen, a.k.a. Mystic Gwen, dated December 14th, 2024, revised 8:07 p.m. PST. Specifically noting the 8:07 p.m. revision due to prior documented unlawful tampering and alteration of the original document, further evidencing the pattern of evidence tampering and obstruction of justice. Addendum to declaration dated December 19th, 2024. Addendum and amendment to declaration dated December 29th, 2024. Keep in mind, that's just one document. It's just titled as an addendum and an amendment, but it's one page. Tort claim filed August 14th, 2024 in case number 10-500-5934. Served upon the North Everett Precinct, Snohomish County prosecutors et al. 9 days before the second actionable kidnapping of my sons and 3 days before the first such kidnapping. All police reports filed by me from August 14th, 2024 to the present date, including but not limited to reports regarding threats to break and enter my residence, acts of stalking and harassment, acts of coordinated conspiracy, acts of illegal detainment, acts to tamper with evidence such as the repeated termination of live streams, acts to obstruct justice, such as the rejection of legitimate police reports, the premeditated and actualized kidnappings of my disabled sons, the exploitation and abuse of my disabled sons, including the use of my sons to perpetrate the felony breaking and entering on January 29th, 2025, the specific incident on January 29th, 2025 involving the felony breaking and entering of my residence facilitated by the use of my disabled sons after 19 days of planning by individuals in Unit 207 and their co-conspirators. All other instances documented on my YouTube live stream and other recordings. 2, critical context and ongoing illegal detention. Now I am going to amend this part, only the date in the amount of days I've been illegally detained. As of today's date, February 6th, Thursday, 2025, I have been illegally detained within my own home for 184 days since August 6, 2024. My front door has remained closed and locked since January 2nd, 2025, per explicit instructions from the FBI, with the sole exception of the illegal forced entry on January 29th, 2025. I have not, nor will I, interact with anything or anyone on the exterior of my home, per FBI directives. 3, pattern of criminality, fraudulent court orders, and retroactive fabrication of legal basis. The North Everett Precinct, in conjunction with the Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office and other co-conspirators, has engaged in a persistent and egregious pattern of obtaining and utilizing fraudulent court orders to harass me, obstruct justice, and further their criminal conspiracy. These orders are obtained through fraudulent means, without proper service, and in violation of my due process rights. It is hereby unequivocally stated that any and all court orders bearing my name, Lynette Renee Hansen, or Mystic Gwen, issued in 2024 or 2025, are deemed fraudulent and part of this aggravated criminal conspiracy. The possession, attempted enforcement, or any involvement in the acquisition of these orders implicates individuals in multiple felonies, including but not limited to conspiracy, fraud, obstruction of justice, and witness tampering. There are mandatory minimum sentences for anyone involved in these fraudulent orders. The ongoing attempts by these individuals to retroactively fabricate a legal basis for their criminal actions will fail. This is a desperate and transparent maneuver that will not shield them from liability. Their attempts to legitimize their actions through fraudulent means are an exercise in futility and further evidence of their guilt. For financial penalties, as previously documented, the following financial penalties are in effect and will be rigorously enforced. $100,000 per day for each day of my ongoing illegal detention. $10 million for any attempted illegal entry into my residence, with an enhancement to $25 million if I am asleep at the time of the attempted entry. This penalty applies to the recent breaking and entering on January 29, 2025. $10 million for the use of my sons to commit any illegal act on behalf of the conspirators. Doubling of all penalties if fraudulent court orders are used in conjunction with any illegal entry, attempted illegal detention, or any other criminal acts against me. Quadrupling of these fees for any of the above criminal acts if they are perpetrated within 7 days of a rejected police report regarding said acts. 5, absolute lack of immunity. Let it be known throughout the North Everett Precinct, the Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office, and among all their co-conspirators, including but not limited to Erica Owens, Richard Garcia, and Anne Marie Bauer, there is no immunity, nor will there ever be, for any of the criminal acts perpetrated against me, past, present, or future. Every individual involved in this conspiracy, regardless of their position or title, is personally liable for their actions. This includes any and all attempts to follow unlawful directives. 6, conclusion. The North Everett Precinct Unit 207 and their associated co-conspirators continue to operate with brazen disregard for the law, Their actions are a stain upon the justice system and a betrayal of the public trust. The FBI is fully aware of their ongoing criminal activities. This report serves as further evidence of their crimes and a demand for immediate action. Justice will be served, and all those involved in this reprehensible conspiracy will be held accountable. Sincerely, Lynette Renee Hansen, aka Mystic Gwen. Date February 4th, 2025. Time 7:39 a.m. PST. A couple more things I need to address here real quick while I have your guys' attention. Again, if you do not hear me orally tell you the end time of this live stream and that the commencement of another live stream is going to initiate within 90 seconds or less, I did not end it. The federal felons upstairs have added additional counts to their looming soon-to-be unsealed indictments, pretending as though the FBI isn't fully aware of every criminal act and everyone's intent. Be advised, the FBI has full jurisdiction, and many of these crimes were first threatened by officers that were high-ranking officers in the North Everett Precinct, as well as a fat, tall male employee from dcyf that's been actively stalking me and seen on many occasions for years with my multiple times convicted stalker and abuser, who has been pretending to live in Unit 207 and even had the audacity to come to my door and tell me that he was married to a fat woman who also lived upstairs when he knew and I knew that 7 years prior, or actually at the time when he came, it was 2023. So 6 years prior to that I knew exactly who he was, as he was one of a few people that were reported to the FBI for threatening the same crimes you all have made actionable, minus me being illegally arrested and me being murdered in a way that would be deemed a suicide. I.e., who has jurisdiction? Everybody say it with me. The FBI. Oh, yes. Some of you don't even know that you've been used as patsies this whole time, i.e., all 47 individuals sent to my front door since the first week of August. Every one of you, according to the FBI, I can get $10,000 minimum from each and every one of you just for knocking on my fucking door. Regardless of your title or position, especially because all of you with positions of authority, well, they all received 11 months of cease and desist letters to stop stalking me, including with third and fourth parties because of their coordinated conspiracy, which has officially been labeled not only an aggravated conspiracy, but also a domestic terrorist organization, which is a big part of the reason why I don't know whether or not the FBI is going to allow these idiots to break in again and physically touch me, because it's my understanding as soon as one of them physically touches me, all of their indictments pop on the charges of domestic terrorism that will be met per that action. So it is currently 8:38 a.m. PST. I am under orders to make sure there's audio on this video. And as you can see on the YouTube live stream channel, as you saw yourself, because I showed it at the beginning of this live stream due to them criminally and illegally shutting off the preceding live stream, which you saw reflected as an hour and 42 minutes and 11 seconds. But then when we opened it up, it was only 16 minutes long. Just like another live stream, they criminally and illegally did the same thing to yesterday at noon. Anyway, Nerd Squad, it is reflecting as 193 videos set for public consumption. We know that's the incorrect count. That's because of Unit 207's hacking. And let's click on this video and make sure that we have audio. Also, I'm going to have to open up this video, I guess, and just leave it in a separate so that I can know sooner than an hour plus later that the imbeciles upstairs have decided to commit a series of crimes with one single criminal act. And that criminal act is shutting off my live stream, which constitutes, as they've all been advised, 3 different felonies. Every time. So we added audio at the end of that video. Let's see if we have it in the beginning and the middle. Let's go to the beginning. Legally shut off the preceding live stream. I am attempting to open up the YouTube channel on a separate device to see how long ago it says that occurred. Okay, so I'm going to show this to you because we'll see if it's right together or not. Okay, so this reflects that it ended the stream 1 minute ago and it ran for 1 hour and 42 minutes and 11 seconds. That's the preceding live stream titled 2/6/6:20 a.m. Imminent new police report 2/6/7 a.m. And let's click on it and see if it's still 1 hour and 42 minutes when we click on it.